So man, I find this interesting, man. Out of this whole interview that we doing, man, I feel like this is the most important question, and this is just my personal opinion, man. And but it's important that the people know, man, cause like we said, we're not trying to glamorize prison. We're trying to show
Right.
the change in prison, but at the same time, showing the change, we got to tell the truth, man, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, man. So, at what point, man, did you go from being CRIPTonite to being CEO Hockley?
At what point I went from being CRIPTonite to being, I mean, really, CRIPTonite shit really ended the minute I got out of jail. That shit was over with. Straight up, like I told you, I had to kill that shit, man. I wasn't gonna last long. If I stayed CRIPTonite, that came into the system at 17 years old, and when I was getting out 8 years later, if I was still that nigga, I wasn't gonna last too long. And I think that's the part most people don't get. You know what I'm saying? I had to let that shit go. I had to grow up and let that shit go, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole gang mentality, popping niggas in their ass mentality, that shit had to go, right? And so that pretty much went out the door. I was back to being Hockley. You know, I was back on the streets being Hockley, but I didn't want to be OG Hockley. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, no disrespect to you, because you know you're a real OG, but I didn't want to be responsible for nobody but myself. That's what the CEO come from. I'm the chief executive officer of my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be nobody
Yeah,
OG. I didn't want nobody to feel like I was responsible for them or what they had going on, or that I had any kind of instructions for them. I ain't have none of that shit. I ain't your OG. I ain't your big homie. I ain't none of that shit, man. I'm CEO Hockley. Because once I published my book and I started publishing the magazines, right? I had the book and I had the magazines. Man, I was the chief executive of my life. So if I was going to put an acronym in front of my name, it was going to be CEO. I didn't want OG. I ain't nobody OG. I ain't want no parts of that. I'm a businessman, and I'm here to take care of business. So CEO Hockley was born. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
and that's facts.